What if you found out that some of Hollywood's brightest success stories weren't built on talent alone, but on whispered deals made behind closed doors? Imagine the glittering red carpet smiles, the flashing cameras, the studio-approved romances, all hiding a world that was anything but innocent. Behind the scenes, power ruled everything, and the fastest way up wasn't always through auditions or hard work. Some stars played a dangerous game of desire, manipulation, and opportunity, climbing the ladder one secret encounter at a time. These are 30 Hollywood stars who slept their way to the top. 30. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan's rise in Hollywood came with wild stories about secret romances that pushed her into rooms most newcomers never entered. As her fame grew, people whispered that certain late-night connections helped her score auditions she wouldn't have reached on her own. Her partying lifestyle only added fuel to the gossip, making her climb look far more complicated than it seemed. In a town built on power plays, her name stayed linked to deals made behind closed doors. 29. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton became the face of early 2000 glamour, but her path to fame wasn't as simple as red carpets and cameras. Hidden hookups, high-profile flings, and private encounters kept her name floating through powerful circles long before she appeared in films or on television. Hollywood insiders claimed those relationships opened doors that would have remained locked for most people. Her rise perfectly fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, with nightlife connections shaping her entire public image. 28. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's climb into Hollywood power circles began with a personal tape that pushed her into instant fame. From there, whispers grew about how certain relationships with influential men kept boosting her visibility. Those private connections helped her shift from reality star to a figure Hollywood could not ignore. Her journey matched the idea of sleeping her way to the top, with every new romance pulling her deeper into the world of money, fame, and behind-the-scenes advantage. 27. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez's rise from backup dancer to global superstar came with ongoing talk about how her romantic life shaped her opportunities. Each high-profile relationship seemed to pull her into stronger industry circles, placing her face exactly where it needed to be. People in Hollywood often whispered that these connections helped her cross over from small roles to leading positions. Her story fits the title because her love life became a stepping stone in the world of fame and influence. 26. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson's early path in Hollywood sparked rumors about how certain powerful relationships smoothed her move into major franchises. As she shifted from indie films to global blockbusters, insiders whispered that her private connections with top names gave her an edge. Even as her talent carried her forward, the talk never stopped. Her journey aligned with the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where influence, attraction, and opportunity often blended behind the studio gates. 25. Megan Fox. Megan Fox's sudden leap into blockbuster fame came with constant industry gossip about behind-the-scenes relationships that pushed her forward. Her striking look drew massive attention, but people whispered that private connections with key figures helped her land roles others desperately wanted. As she became one of the most talked-about stars of her era, the idea that her rise involved secret romantic steps kept spreading. Her Hollywood climb fit perfectly with the theme of trading passion for power. 24. Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie's intense charm and bold on-set energy fed rumors that certain romantic entanglements played a role in her ascent. As she moved from darker indie roles into global superstardom, people whispered that her affairs with influential men helped shape major casting decisions. Hollywood loved her talent, but it also loved the stories around her. Her path reflected the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where passion and power constantly mixed in private spaces. 23. Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone's rise during the 90s brought nonstop talk about how her private encounters with powerful insiders shaped her career. Her breakout roles arrived right after rumors of strategic relationships started spreading. Hollywood adored her confidence, but people behind the curtain whispered that certain affairs helped her secure opportunities other actresses fought for. Her climb matched the title's theme, painting a picture of a star who moved through a world where desire and influence walked hand in hand. 22. Demi Moore. Demi Moore's climb from small television roles to major film success carried steady whispers about how her romantic choices shaped her path. Every time she dated someone influential, her career seemed to shift into a higher gear. Hollywood insiders often linked her rise to private connections that placed her in front of powerful decision-makers. Her story fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where relationships quietly guided her through doors talent alone might not have opened. 21. Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith's early years in Hollywood sparked talk about how certain behind-the-scenes romances helped her move from background appearances into leading roles. Growing up around industry power already gave her an edge, but people whispered that her relationships with influential men boosted her visibility even more. Each new role seemed to follow a new connection. Her journey matched the theme of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by passion, access, and private opportunity. 20. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn's sweet, carefree image hid years of industry talk about how her rise involved carefully placed romantic connections. As she moved from television to major films, people whispered that her charm worked behind closed doors as much as it did on camera. Certain relationships reportedly opened doors that others struggled to reach. Her climb fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where personal chemistry with powerful figures played a quiet but significant role. 19. Sybil Shepherd. Sybil Shepherd's transition from model to movie star sparked ongoing gossip about her involvement with powerful directors and producers. Each rumored connection seemed to align with a major step in her career. Hollywood insiders claimed these private relationships shaped casting choices and fast-tracked her into roles that defined her image. Her rise fit perfectly into the theme, showing how attraction and influence often blended in a world driven by hidden deals. 18. Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett became a global sensation almost overnight, but behind the fame were whispers about private relationships that helped elevate her quickly. People inside the industry claimed her beauty opened doors, while certain romances kept those doors wide. As her career grew, so did the stories linking her success to influential partners. Her rise matched the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where charm and opportunity met in late-night conversations and quiet meetings. 17. Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch became one of Hollywood's most desired stars, and with her rise came nonstop whispers about private connections that shaped her career path. Insiders claimed certain romances with powerful men helped her secure roles that highlighted her beauty and kept her name in every conversation. Each step forward seemed to line up with new behind-the-scenes relationships. Her journey matched the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where charm and opportunity worked together to build her stardom. 16. Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate's brief but bright Hollywood climb carried rumors that certain close relationships helped move her into high-status circles. People whispered that powerful men admired her deeply and used their influence to guide her early casting. Her growing visibility often matched the timing of new private connections. Even as her tragic end overshadowed everything, her early rise still reflected the idea of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by affection, access, and silent industry help. 15. Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren's move into Hollywood came with quiet talk about relationships that strengthened her position in the film world. As she transitioned from European cinema to global superstardom, insiders whispered that certain romantic ties played a big role in helping her land major opportunities. Her charm drew attention, but those powerful private connections kept pushing her forward. Her rise aligned with the theme, showing how passion and influence blended together in her journey to the top. 14. Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly's transformation from television actress to Hollywood royalty brought constant whispers about how her romantic connections boosted her rise. People claimed her relationships with influential directors and leading men helped her secure some of her most iconic roles. Every major step in her career seemed tied to new private interactions behind the scenes. Her climb fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where elegance mixed with quiet influence to shape her success. 13. Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood's early fame came with rumors about how the studio system pushed her into relationships with powerful men who controlled major casting decisions. As she moved from child star to leading actress, industry gossip claimed certain romantic connections guided her path. Each new film opportunity seemed to follow a private link to someone influential. Her rise matched the theme of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by a world where affection and ambition constantly overlapped. 12. Kim Novak. Kim Novak's career was filled with quiet talk about how certain powerful men shaped her rise from model to leading actress. Hollywood insiders whispered that private relationships played a big part in securing roles that boosted her image. Every major opportunity seemed linked to someone influential supporting her behind the curtain. Her journey fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where attraction and industry power blended into a path that pushed her higher than talent alone might have. 11. Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake's iconic look made her unforgettable, but behind the glamour were constant rumors about affairs that helped open key doors. Insiders claim she used private connections with producers and directors to secure leading roles during her peak years. Her fame often rose right after whispers of new behind-the-scenes bonds. Her Hollywood climb stayed tied to the idea of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by desire, opportunity, and carefully placed relationships. 10. Mae West. Mae West's bold personality and sharp humor made her a star, but Hollywood gossip claimed her rise was supported by powerful lovers who backed her career moves. She was known for using charm in private spaces just as confidently as she used wit on stage. Insiders believed certain romances helped her maintain control in an industry dominated by men. Her journey fit the theme of sleeping her way to the top, built on strategy, flirtation, and power. 9. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow's rapid climb into stardom came with steady whispers about relationships that pushed her into major roles. People around the studios believed her beauty caught the eyes of influential men who used their authority to elevate her. Casting decisions often seemed to follow private encounters, adding fuel to the rumors. Her rise matched the idea of sleeping her way to the top, driven by a mix of desire, access, and the intense charm she carried. 8. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor's public romances dominated headlines, but behind that fame were quieter stories about private connections that helped shape her early Hollywood climb. People whispered that certain relationships with powerful men influenced the projects she landed. Each step deeper into superstardom seemed tied to a new high-profile connection. Her path fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where passion and influence flowed together in a world built on desire and opportunity. 7. Judy Garland. Judy Garland's time under the studio system came with unsettling talk about relationships that were encouraged or arranged to secure roles and maintain fame. Insiders claimed she was pushed toward powerful men who controlled her opportunities. Her career highs often lined up with moments tied to private encounters, fueling the rumors even more. Her rise fit the theme of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by a world where vulnerability, pressure, and ambition were deeply connected. 6. Bette Davis. Bette Davis's fierce talent carried her far, but Hollywood still whispered about private connections with influential men during her early climb. Some insiders believed certain relationships helped her secure auditions and roles that strengthened her growing image. Her career momentum often matched the timing of new behind-the-scenes alliances. Her rise reflected the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where ambition and attraction quietly worked together within the studio power structure. 5. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford's rise from poverty to Hollywood royalty came with endless whispers about private encounters that boosted her career. Insiders claimed she formed strategic romantic bonds with influential men who controlled casting and contracts. Each dramatic leap in her career lined up with new behind-the-scenes alliances. Her tough ambition mixed with these rumored relationships created a path that fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, built through desire, power, and relentless drive. 4. Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner's beauty captured Hollywood instantly, but many believed her romantic ties to powerful men helped shape her early journey. She moved quickly into elite circles, and insiders often linked her major film opportunities to private relationships formed offset. Each career jump seemed to follow a new connection in the shadows. Her rise reflected the idea of sleeping her way to the top, where charm, passion, and influence work together behind closed doors. 3. Lana Turner. Lana Turner's transformation from a teen discovery to a major star carried steady rumors about affairs with influential figures. Hollywood insiders believed these relationships opened doors to auditions and roles that cemented her glamorous image. Each big break appeared to align with whispers of new private encounters. Her climb fit the idea of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by a world where power and desire quietly guided careers in ways most people never saw. 2. Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth's rise from dancer to Hollywood icon brought wave after wave of gossip about private relationships with powerful men. Insiders often claimed these romantic bonds helped her secure major roles and reshape her public image. Every new film opportunity seemed tied to another quiet connection within elite industry circles. Her journey matched the idea of sleeping her way to the top, shaped by attraction, influence, and the silent power of those she drew close to. 1. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's entire Hollywood story is surrounded by whispers about powerful affairs that pushed her into the spotlight. From studio executives to political giants, rumors tied her career moves to private relationships that shaped casting decisions and publicity moments. Each leap in fame seemed to mirror a new influential bond. Her rise became the clearest example of sleeping her way to the top, blending innocence on screen with deep, complicated ties behind the scenes. So after hearing these stories, you can almost feel how much of Hollywood's shine was built on secrets nobody was ever meant to see. Fame didn't just come from talent or timing. Sometimes it came from choices made in the dark, choices that still echo in the industry today. If this is what happened behind the curtains back then, how much is still happening right under everyone's nose today? If you want more deep dives into the scandals Hollywood tried to bury, hit that like button, drop a comment, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss the next story that flips the spotlight around. Your support keeps these hidden truths alive.